Welcome to the Sports Post Podcast, October 20th, 2021, and not the ideal start I wanted last night to the Lakers. Everybody knows I'm a Lakers guy, and not exactly what I was hoping for. So, Lakers got, I wouldn't say blown out, but they got beat by Golden State Warriors without Klay Thompson and without James Wiseman. So um, yeah, Lakers got a lot of adjustments to make. I know that it's the beginning of the season and they have to acclimate themselves, but Russ Westbrook went, I think, 4 for 13 or something like that. It was a bitter, ugly performance. He had like 7 turnovers, and I remember him laughing in the preseason when they interviewed him post game, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not sweating the preseason turnovers." Well, guess what, buddy? They're regular season turnovers now, and you got to do something. I know it's just the first game, and I know your game with Phoenix is coming up in a couple days. You got to start adjusting properly because if you thought Warriors were good, you have no idea how Phoenix is. Phoenix is damn good, and they will play and they will bring their A game. That's just the way it goes. Positive note: LeBron James and Anthony Davis looked damn good last night. Combined points for 67. It was a really good performance on their note, but and you can't put this all on Russell Westbrook. You have to account for Carmelo Anthony, Kent Bazemore, Rajon Rondo. Those guys need to start making shots. It wasn't there last night, and it's they got a lot of work to do. I don't see them. Uh, you know, do I see them sticking with the exact same squad for the entire season? No. There's always adjustments, and most likely that they will do some trades coming up at the end of the closer to the trade deadline, which is in February. But you got like Trevor Ariza, who didn't play. You got Wayne Ellington, who didn't play. They're knockdown shooters, but they're not young anymore. So you kind of want to hope that they are available, and they weren't last night. So you know it's the good thing is Avery Bradley. They picked up Avery Bradley, and he hit two threes right away. So you can automatically tell that's a good fit for Avery Bradley and the Lakers. So that's a positive note. But at the end of the day, like I've been preaching, Lakers got a lot of work to do. So we'll see what happens on that note. Let's talk about the Brooklyn game. The Brooklyn game versus the Bucks, and it was kind of like a revenge game for the Nets. And I didn't think the Bucks would win just because of the fact that KD, I knew he was wanting to go off. Um, Bucks were without PJ Tucker, but yeah, no, the Bucks actually pulled it off, and you got to give it credit to where credit is due. Giannis played phenomenal. You could tell he got better. He improved his shot. He was just hitting shots after shots, and even in the post, he's doing that. So it's just he actually got better. He actually worked on his game, and that's how you do it. If you want to be on top, that's cool. Make it to the top, but you gotta stay on top. And how you stay on top is you work on your game, and that's exactly what he did. So you gotta give him props for that. Um, what else? Tomorrow or tonight is a big time matchup, as in Madison Square Garden is gonna host the Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks. Now, the Boston Celtics, New York, I know it's not baseball, but Boston, New York has a rivalry, and it's going to happen tonight. Jason Tatum is going to take on Randall, and his former um, uh, point guard is in Kemba Walker. Now, Kemba Walker did not fit with Boston Celtics, but I think he will fit with the New York Knicks, because with the New York Knicks, he is a legit true point guard, and he's gonna create his own shot. He didn't really get a chance to do that in Boston, because in Boston he was just distributing the ball to uh, you know Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and now you have open space where you can, you know, pass it off to Randall, but you can also drive the lane. So I think Kemba Walker was a good pickup for the New York Knicks, and if you ask me, I think New York Knicks will in fact win tonight. That's when any game like this is in Madison Square Garden, you have to think this is a phenomenal night. So make sure you watch that tonight. Unbelievable. It will be a game that you will never forget. Boston versus New York in Madison Square Garden. So I want to talk about James Harden. Now, James Harden, he did not sign that extension. The deadline was for October 18th. He did not sign that extension. And he did not sign because he stated, well, I want to be free agent, but this is where I want to play. Brooklyn fans do not need to worry, and this is where I want to stay 100%. Do you take him at face value? That remains to be seen. You'll never know. No one has ever left Kevin Durant, and you get the whole Kyrie Irving situation about the drama there and whatnot. So that drama is gonna resurface. Just mark my word, it will resurface, and it's that'll still be there. Kevin Durant, you don't leave him. He's the best player in the world, and basically, it's kind of like you have a legit team that is a contender and a favorite to win the title. When they don't even need Kyrie Irving, and I understand that James Harden wants to be a free agent, but will he leave Kevin Durant? We don't know. He says he won't, but the one guy who can pull him away, the one guy, is sitting in Philadelphia. Darryl Morey has a history with James Harden. Darryl Morey will cater to James Harden. So come July 1st, Darryl Morey will actually try to pry James Harden from the Brooklyn Nets over to Philadelphia. Wouldn't that be one hell of a team? You would have Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, and James Harden, and all you need is a couple role players. And guess what? They already have them. They got Doc Rivers as a coach. So, if Darryl Morey can actually pull that off, that's one hell of a steal. If he can pull it off. I don't know, we're 10 months away. So I wouldn't stress about it. I wouldn't worry about it if I was Brooklyn. You got Kevin Durant, and we'll see what happens. Speaking of Philadelphia, Ben freaking Simmons. Ben Simmons was practicing in sweats with his phone in his pocket. I don't know how that phone didn't fall out of his pants, fall out of his pocket, but it didn't. He refused to do a couple drills that Doc Rivers said, and Doc Rivers sent him home. Just like, I know Bomani Jones was making fun of him, saying, what is this guy, 15 years old kind of thing? He sent him home, and at the end of the day, like I said before, Darryl Morey has dropped the ball on this one, because this is not going to pose well for the locker room at all. You go up against the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow, and what do you think is going to happen? You think all of a sudden they're going to become friends, cohesive unit, and Ben Simmons will play? No, hell no. Or he was obviously going to play, but you think that he's going to play well? No, it's not going to happen. Philadelphia 76ers will become will be a less than 500 teams in the first 10 to 15 games. That's just the way it is. And now you hear or Joel Embiid saying, our job is not here to babysit somebody." So you already know how he feels about Ben Simmons, and it's just a matter of time. Like, Darryl Morey has to get it through his freaking head. Trade Ben Simmons. He is gonna corrupt your entire locker room and your season. You have to trade this guy. I know, like, you won't be getting as much as you wanted to, and I know the pride thing, that, hey, I don't want to trade the guy, I don't want to, be left in a position where he has all the leverage. But, well, what's more important, your leverage and whatnot, or this season? Because this season will be a wash for the 76ers, and it already is. Let's just face it. They're gonna face Pelicans tonight, and I'm sure they'll beat them, because Pelicans are without Zion Williamson, which, by the way, admitted that he was north of 300 pounds in the summertime, which is a lot, and he's got to, he's not gonna. That's not sustainable, but that's just another conversation. Basically, this will never transpire into a winning team. If Ben Simmons is on this team, they will not win games. That's pretty simple. If you're Darryl Morey, you have to trade this guy. I keep saying it. I've said it in the past. If this guy doesn't want to be there, he's a baby. He's not going to be professional. He's not going to, go out there for the sake of the team. He's going to go there for the sake of himself. So if you guys want to see an absolute circus, make sure you watch tomorrow night when they take on the Brooklyn Nets. That's going to be one hell of a circus. But tonight, make sure you watch the Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. Make sure you tune into that. That's one hell of a game. This is Jag Manget for the Sports Post Podcast. It is October 20th, 2021.